I have ascended.
I think it'll be
I
funny.
have absolutely ascended. I thought
weird
I
place
can
to
outrun
go
them. I'm
after
little, I'm
this
zippy,
trip.
I'm sprightly. Try the flying sights math. Thank you for the advice, Henji, or Henji. I could definitely. I haven't got an engine on it. I crashed the ship. Flipping heck. There's no way you could be stealthy. There's got to be a trick. I saw the ghost. This is where there's problems.
PME Legend presents.
Harry, you should put that in a poll.
3.0.
if you make it a poll, then I think we can find out what the vibe is.
Warning! It's the wife. The wife is calling you now. Warning! Warning! It's the wife.
I just need to cycle until I get there. Not this time. Not this time. Oh, my life and days. I learned all the rules. This is such a good game. I hate this game. I hate this game. What is wrong? I...
Unleash your wild within and have Doritos your way.
Okay, what's this? Okay, I'm guessing. I feel like this is what you intended to play. So on that level, that's good. Where's my ship gone? Did it just get sent back up to the platform? To the lunar pond. An inch! And you sing the Beyblade theme song? Don't get me started on the flag. You're not well.
I think that I've done extremely well considering my severe produced.
The winner of the Morvision 2021 Song Contest. It is... Not stick your face in it, alright. Oh no! Oh god, how did I miss? How did I miss a moon? Okay, so where does the scout go when I chuck the scout in? Oh. Oh, you're ruined. Ah! Oh dear. I'm no further. I'm no closer to understanding anything. We're drinking brine. He's arrived into the studio today in a full Sailor Moon outfit in an attempt to fit the nautical theme. He has released a gigantic brain from the abyssal zone while trying to search for his father. However, we have combined Paddy McGuinness and Brum in an attempt to hunt it down. We have 11 more songs to go in this section, and if you do want to vote, please open a device and go to terrywogan.click.
They'll be allowed on stage. Age of artists. All contestants and artists competing in a semi-final must be aged at least 16 on the day of the final. All contestants and artists... excuse me. competing only in the final, must be aged at least 16 on the day of the final. 3. Country representation. No contestant and or artist may compete for more than one country in the ESC on a given year.
Onto the outro and see if there's
Egg.
anyone streaming that we can raid into. Do you have any suggestions? Do you have any suggestions? Just let me know. !raid and a username. And also get looking as well. Who's around? Egg. Scoop.
Egg.
Alright. So that there's a signal coming from a harmonica player in the surface of the home block. Where's my ship gone? Did it just get sent back up to the platform? Oh, buddy. It's a further theme. You're not well.
I think that I've done extremely well considering my severe brain damage and reduced.
I think you need to be able to jump across the babies to the pyramid before you can start criticizing people's writings, you know?
Watch, I'm not even going to slow down. I'm going to land
Yeah.
every baby on the way.
Yeah, let's see it. Oh, no. What's going on here, Sean? What happened? Clip it.
I'm Holden Colden now.
I heard a
We're just
cows by the
somewhere.
sound of it.
We're just in a place.
Right.
The place with bells?
The place of bells.
The place with bells?
Harry,
place
What is
with-
this? The
Yes?
Hunchback of
What's the
Notre Dame?
have you
what's
seen
going on
The
here?
Sopranos?
Can you hear this piano? Can you hear that piano at all?
Yeah, that did come through, yeah.
That was quite nice. Can we get some end credits music for this episode?
The winner of the World Vision 2021 Song Contest. It is... To the Lumiere. I'm just a fucking bloodhound. I'm just a fucking bloodhound for a handsome black. I have ascended. I have absolutely to the Lumiere. I'm just a fucking bloodhound. I'm just a fucking bloodhound for a handsome black. I have ascended. I have absolutely ascended. I thought I could outrun him. I'm little, I'm zippy, I'm sprightly, I'm lithe, I'm dexterous, I'm agile.
PME Legend presents.
Harry, you should put that in a poll.
3.0.
if you make it a poll, then I think we can find out what the vibe is.
Warning! It's the wife. The wife is calling you now. Warning! Warning! It's the wife.
Try the flying sights mask. Thank you for your advice, Henji. Or Henji. Oh, he's not normally like this. Imagine if you weren't normally like this and then one day you were.
Don't worry about people walking out. Maybe bicycles.
Flip a switch. To the democracy potion. And it is sent to the Lumion. Yeah, it's definitely not later than I'm just a fucking bloodhound. I'm just a fucking bloodhound for a handsome black. I have ascended.
I think it'll be
I
funny
have
to rank
absolutely ascended. I thought
weird
I
place
can
to
outrun
go
him. I'm
after
little, I'm
this
zippy,
drink.
I'm sprightly.
I heard
We're
of
just
cows by the
somewhere.
sound of it.
We're just in a place.
Right.
The place with bells.
The place of bells.
The place with bells.
Harry,
place
What is this? The
Yes?
Hunchback of
What's the
Notre Dame.
have you
What's
seen
going on
The
here?
Sopranos?
Can you hear this piano? Can you hear that piano at all?
Yeah, that did come through, yeah.
That was quite nice. Can we get some end credits music for this episode?
Just need to find a hole. Yes. Okay. Mouse stay out. There we go. She'll die immediately again. Henji! Need to start bringing some. Okay, to be honest. Hey.
What's the flag?
To the Lumion. I'm just a fucking bloodhound. I'm just a fucking bloodhound for a handsome black. I have ascended. I have absolutely ascended. I thought I could outrun him. I'm little, I'm zippy, I'm sprightly, I'm lithe, I'm dexterous, I'm agile. Flip a switcheroo. Okay. Absolute twins. I just need to find a hole. Yes. Okay. Mouse stay out. There we go. She'll die immediately again. Henji! Okay, start bringing some. Okay, to be honest. Hey.
What's the flag?
I could see you. I could see that you're muted. Maybe by choice. Maybe by choice. I'll let you decide to unmute or not. Oh,
Sorry, I'm just trying to sort out baby suffocation.
okay. You might want to contextualize what you're saying there, because that could be used to character assassinate you.
So the game is called Baby Suffocation.
You know, I just need to take a picture of it with this scout, right? There it is. I can see it right there. It's in that image. Here we go. Oh! Don't go so fast. I went onto the outro and see if there's
Egg.
anyone streaming that we can raid into. Do you have any suggestions? You any suggestions? Just let me know. ! raid and a username. I'll also get looking as well. Who's around? Egg.
Egg.
Egg. Egg. An old favourite. Who's this? Is this cake? Is this cake? I'm scared of cake. Is this cake? This cake's running right for me. Is this cake? Is that cake? There's lots of zeros in the sip thing.
Night Hall, I am writing a guide as we speak.
I am new.
Thank you
Thank you
so
much for
triggering
the welcome pair.
I love
seeing
seeing
new
new
faces in the chat.
And I love seeing this community grow
community
from strength
Oh,
to
fuck.
strength.
Fuck.
That's the worst you've ever done it.
I guess
Sean,
Yeah.
you're really in
Was a
your own
mumble.
head about this mumbling.
I am. Yeah, Albrock, can you understand what I'm saying? An inch. And you sing the Beyblade theme song. Don't get me started on the flag. You're not well.
I think that I've done extremely well considering my severe brain damage and
The winner of the Mall Vision 2021 Song Contest. It is to Democracy Potion. And it is sent to the Lumion. Yeah, it's definitely not later than I'm just a fucking bloodhound. I'm just a fucking bloodhound for a Hanson whack. I have ascended.
I think it would be
I
funny
have
to rank
absolutely ascended.
Timer complete.
I thought
weird
I can
place to
outrun
go
them. I'm
after
little, I'm
this
zippy,
drink.
I'm sprightly. And what's that in comparison to? Bangladesh's birth.
Sorry.
Okay. So actually, it's pretty tight, isn't it?
I love how furious Catbox looks at you. Catbox are just staring in your direction, really pissed off, like a massive Catbox.
I'm not best pleased because I've got a big face. I think I've made my objective.
One, two, one, two, one, two. No idea why it was like that. It just decided not to register my microphone. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Sean Morley's Infinite Timeline. We will be infinite timelining, but before that we will be road testing a new feature, and I'm probably going to treat you all with a little time in the telly lounge, since I know you like it, and I think it seems to calm people down. Hello Josie, hello Imperial Halloumi, hello Gomelon, hello Mighty Fighty, hello B&M Bandit, hello Oracle, hello Maggie, hello Albrot, hello Josie Hypatia, hello Imperial, hello Red Quixote. I hope I haven't missed anyone. Please don't scare my son Cridston. Again, please don't scare Cridston. Cridston's very shy and he does also control the Reds. I am in negative equity here. All right, so top of the agenda is I today devised and hopefully created in full a new feature which will allow chat to answer a question collectively. And I can see it being misused and misusable. I and maybe mods could pose a question, and then chat collectively can compose the answer. And it's of a single string of no greater than 20 characters, although that could be increased relatively easily. Do I trust you? Yeah, no, not at all. So it really is up to me to keep strengthening the feature so that its misusability is within acceptable standards. Okay, so the way it works is, so let's just practice me explaining how this feature works and then watching it in action. So I'm going to pose a very simple question, like, God, what's a simple question with like a single answer? Like a single, obviously correct answer. Hello, bird. What colour is the sky? I was thinking that. Yeah, who is the Prime Minister? How many wives did Henry VIII have? Yeah, who is the Prime Minister? Who is the Prime Minister? So we'll do question. Who is the Prime Minister? Hello, bird.exe. Congratulations on the 18 months. Hello and wow. Hello and wow. Okay, who is the Prime Minister? Let's see how well this works when being used by real people. So, question, who is the Prime Minister? That's been posed, and if you look at the bottom, there's some instructions. You do question mark, space, then the position in the answer you want it to go, and then the character you want to go in that position. So that you spell the word yourself. So the 8th character is now U. The first character is E. Bird.exe's input would not have been registered. Oracle of Truth has put R at the beginning. Josie's put a Q there. Mighty Fighty's put a 0, I think. Okay, I'm seeing the problems here. Now, when you all think you've got it correct, then you have to lock it in. Now, to lock it in, you just do exclamation mark lock, and there has to be 5 locks in a row with no one changing it, and then it gets confirmed. So if any changes are made while there's a lock active, the locks go back to 0. So there has to be 5 consecutive locks while you've all agreed, so no one's changing it at that point. So all you need to do is just answer the question, what's the name of the Prime Minister? And just enter it in. Just enter it in here, and when you've agreed, just stop changing it and just lock it in. I remember when I was making it, and I was thinking, will this work? Will people use this correctly? I don't know what Oracle, you're doing this. The feature is perfectly coherent, just use it correctly. There's currently no way to delete a character, so what I recommend is, in lieu of deletion, just use an underscore, I would say. It will only register a single character at a time, so it's question mark, position, character. Oh, you're close, you got Sunak, you know it's Suquack. You tried to lock in R at, don't know the name of that character, X underscore Suquack, curly brackets, hashtag plus, God, what do you call that? What do you call this? God, I know it begins with a C, doesn't it? Begins with a C, carrot. Then a carrot, asterisk underscore at, and. Hello, P underscore D, how are you? I've just rolled out a new feature, PD. It allows people to answer questions collectively. And you just do... people can change one character at a time. So, at the moment, it was Rishi, but now it does say Jerry Junak. But they will get there, honestly. I think once it says Rishi Sunak, people will be very And also, right, people are looking at this feature and going, Sean's fucked up again, Sean's messed up again, Sean's fucked up big time, Sean's an idiot, Sean doesn't understand how this works. But you need to appreciate that the way people are using it now is not the way people are going to use it even in just half an hour's time. All features are used the worst at the very beginning of their life cycle. As soon as this beds in, it'll be absolutely golden. So the question is, who is the Prime Minister? You just need to write it in here. And then when you're done, hive mind, yeah, it can be weak said, but sometimes. Thank you. I put sound effects in, which makes it more annoying. Actually, it makes it just interminable to listen to. You had Rishi. I just want to point out you did have Rishi, and now you're at Jerry Sunas. Oh, you're getting close. You're getting close. You're getting close. It does seem a lot like you want to say Jerry Seinfeld. However, where the Enfeld is too far away. The Seinfeld is much too far away. No, you've gotten further away than ever now. Which of these is true? Well, there's a poll here. Which of these is true? What's true? Sean's messed up again. Sean is an idiot. This will never work. This feature is solid gold. I would like to see some 4s in. Thank you very much, Maggie, for the 4. Thank you, Imperial, for the 4. Thank you, John, for the 4. Thank you, Good Pete, for the 4. Thank you, Josie Russell, for the 4. Thank you, Ed Fiasco, for the 4. Thank you, B&M Bandit, for the 4. Thank you, King of Time, for the 4. Thank you, Oracle of Truth, for the 4. The feature is golden. Poll votes override locking. Is that true? That can't possibly be true. No, it can't possibly be true. You're actually sometimes you get quite close to getting it right. Sometimes you get it quite close to getting it right, and then someone just comes and moves the whole project further away. Now, I've heard people say that like a hive mind or a collective consciousness can emerge from people trying to work together. Like someone apparently did a study where they just gave different people in a cinema screening like different paddles of Pong and all of their inputs registered, but in the end they managed to do it, you know? Thank you, Dominic Cummings. Thank you, Dominic Cummings. I think it's fun, you know? I think it's good. A lot of people are very, very willing to lock in Jesse fuck bomb Seinfeld. You did it. You got your first. You got your first answer. Great. So you have chosen Jesse fuck bomb Seinfeld. Thank you very much for the puppy. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you for the TOS. I'll just let this puppy play out. You really did do it. You really did do it. Congratulations, everyone. Now, what I was hoping, and what I guess I still hope for, is, you know, we've done a lot of these like game show guessing game things, but people have guessed channel points, but channel points aren't really worth very much. And rather than have you all compete against each other, I was hoping you could compete against me or the couch of co-hosts that might come in. Can you throw a timer in on the spelling rounds? No. I could. I've chosen not to. I've very much. Right now? No, if you want it to end, just lock it in. It's up to you just to lock it, and then it's completed. Okay, Q done. Thank you very much for Jesse Fuck Bumfeld. Well, Mighty Fight, I'm hoping to use that. I'm hoping to use that in tonight's Infinite Timeline. So when we are guessing when something happened, we're going to try and guess how many years before or after the current event it is. And we're going to use this system to do so. We're going to use this system for everything we can think of because it's new. Albrot suggested that we go to the TV lounge, but you use it to generate an alphanumerical. Hello, Sudden Beth. Should we pop to the lounge? Do you want to work out what YouTube video you want to watch? In fact, do you just want another question to get it out of your system? Maybe we need another question. Yeah, has anyone got a child that they need to name? Is anyone expecting anything? Any new life form in their life? There's no TV just yet. Is anyone getting a new pet? Is anyone bringing new life into the world? What's another question that we can put to the new system? I'd like to road test it one more time. Yeah, I'm not using it to group source a nickname for your penis, Mighty Fighty. Thank you, though. I know you are trying to help. No, Albert, I am actually going to nix that suggestion. What should Red Count call his mold? I just don't think so. Maybe just another general knowledge question then. Who? We can call it Rishi Sunak. Well, I think we should call it Jesse Fuck Bumfeld. Who was the? Maybe try something with the answer is a year. No. Keep it open-ended. Let people be imaginative. Maybe just a what's the fastest animal on land? There you go. Just a simple general knowledge question. If you're just joining now, the syntax for this new feature is question mark, then the position in the word of the character, and then the character you want to put there. You can use it to overwrite characters. Yeah, I see people trying to write car. People writing whisker. I don't know what that is. Whisker, two words. Wishcar. Why are people putting a lot of characters at the position 16 and 15? Where man, where's mowing a bar? Okay, the problem is here, when I asked who the Prime Minister was, there was a definite answer that you all knew. Whereas here, I think, okay, so someone's got in a bum, so it's gonna be blue, I think. Yeah, I think it's not going to. I think this isn't going to go well. Coke moving a bun, sure. Joke moving in a bun, yeah. Lock it in. Yeah. Okay, lock it. No, it's not going through. Oh, nearly. JK moving eye bun. You might not want to lock this. It's become ruined. It's been destroyed. I'm afraid this has been destroyed. So, joke. People saying joke answer. Eaza answer. Jin Inzun. Is this really the answer you want to go with? Josie Russell, remember it's question mark, not exclamation mark. I know that's confusing. Everything else is exclamation mark, but I thought, given the nature of question. So miserable on your phone keyboard. It's miserable for everyone on every device. There's no joy here. Joke answer int bum. Joke answer intaj bum. You're so close to having joke answer in. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Lock it in. Ah, it's been ruined. It's ruined. Gomelon. Gomelon. Oh, you got it. You got it. Lock it in. Lock it in. Ah, it's been ruined. Gomelon's just got their own plans. Oh yeah, you're there. Lock it in. Lock it in. Lock it in. Lock it in. Quick, quick. Lock it in. Lock it in. Lock it in. Get it locked. Oh yeah. You thought this couldn't be used well. You thought you couldn't work together. You thought, oh, it would be chaos. It'll never work. Look at that. Joke answer in a bum. Yeah? You think you couldn't work together to put an answer in? You did it. That is teamwork. That is hive mind. That's collective consciousness. That's collective joy. That's collective action. If you can write joke answer in a bum, then the feature is working perfectly. I would have preferred the name of an animal, to be honest. However, failing that, this is the future. This is my future.
Egg.
Egg.
Joke answer in a bum. It's just impressive. Egg.
Egg.
Swans. Alright, let's get you to the lounge. You've earned it. Oh, Beth, have you not seen? Have you not seen that I've gone absolutely mad? I've gone mad on voice commands. End desk mode. Activate desk mode. Egg.
Egg.
Yeah.
Egg.
I'm powerful now. Watch this. Watch this. We'll head over to the lounge. Summon television. Oh, is that not what I called it? What did I call that command? Activate television. I forgot what words I told it to listen for. Summon television. Oh, it was something. Arise television. Oh God, let me. What did I? The bad thing is I haven't written down what I've. What did I even call it? Is it activate? Activate television. Okay, it was. No, I changed it. I thought bring forth was too stupid. All right, TV mode is now active. If you type in TV and then the little code you get on the end of a YouTube video, you can just send that YouTube video straight to the television. This is almost certainly going to be.
Hey, mind if I ask you a few questions there, Buckaroo? No.
Oh, it's the cats. Does someone want to set a timer for how long we're going to let TV time go on for? Because it could go on for ages. That must be region restricted in some way. Don't know. Won't work. This one hasn't displayed. Can't explain it. If you're new to the TV, the big issue with the TV is it's like everyone in the room has a remote control. You can just switch channels constantly. There's no guarantee that your video will be played for more than a second. And at the moment, it's not playing anything.
Dignity and only cares about Monty, Monty, Monty.
I'm going to give it a hard refresh. See if we get it back. Cool. Yeah, it just needed a hard refresh. So I can probably overcome that problem in future with refreshers. Okay, we watched more of a video than usual. Okay. Yeah, the people who favour incredibly short videos seem to win out here.
What's up, everyone, and welcome to...
How long are we doing this for? Should we give ourselves 5 minutes? Time of 5 minutes. Stop television hell. Oh no, there's a timer going. Okay, great. Harp Lager, Sally O'Brien.
Is the rain and the greenness and the pint of harp and the evening before.
I've just started this calypso. It is fucking minging. Paradise punch lemonade. It is fucking minging.
Enlarged TV.
I'm gonna fucking drink it.
This isn't the answer, Andy.
Yes, it is. Everything's speeding up.
Drinking paint is a bad idea.
How is this painting my kitchen?
What the hell is going on? You were right, Mark.
Sudden Beth, imagine us seeing this. Imagine being here right now as someone in the modern day. I am a peasant, and I made this. This is what I call content delivery. Hope you're enjoying seeing the ads that are available in the Netherlands.
Of course, she was meant to be suffering, thought to be suffering, just as the odd time in her life when clearly intended to be having pleasure.
I'm always curious about when it says this. I don't know how we get into this situation. Because you found it. Why can't I watch it? Maybe it requires someone to be logged in. Because this isn't a logged in account, it's just a...
Iridocyclitis. IRIDO C.
Oh no! Well, we don't see how it ended. Got in. Oh no! Oh, good. Thank God, that was copyrighted. This is copyrighted too. Oh well, 39 seconds left.
Who?
I love getting just the tiniest snippet of something weird. Tiny little glimpse of Samuel Beckett monologue.
This was a bit tight.
The television is best when you barely see any of people's individual beloved videos.
Okay, let me guess, dude. You're an axe man. You're looking to score a new blade.
Stig.
Timer complete.
They're all of me.
Okay, it's Square Eyes time, I'm afraid. I'm afraid our proverbial parents have come in and told us we'll get cubular eye sockets. Normal TV. Oh God, what is it? Normal TV. What did I write down? Oh, apparently it's TV normal size. TV normal size. Okay, there we go.
Egg.
I like this though. I like this. This is good. Oh, it's even better. All right. Banish television. God, get it out of here. Banish television. Banish television. Oh, thank God. Thank God. It was getting creepy there at the end. We'll never watch anything all the way through. The longer you're there going, oh, I hope you watch it all the way through. I hope you get to see it all the way through. You'll never enjoy the television experience. The television experience is about tiny, half unsatisfying glimpses, unsatisfying little morsels of other people's favourite videos, tiny little twiglets of culture that don't do anything for you. That's television, and that's perfect. The problem with the digital streaming era, channel hopping is gone. Channel hopping through endless channels with nothing on it that you can possibly pass because you won't slow down. That is television. That is the CRT era. What did I say? What did I say? I was banish television. Okay, the voice commands have got some problems. The voice commands have still got some kinks. All right. Shall we do some timelining? End desk mode. End desk mode. Thank you. Sean Morley's Infinite Timeline is sort of a game show. It's basically where we compile all the events in human history. There's been some tweaks to the format and even some tweaks to the actual timeline itself. I can drift. Yeah, a warlock does not completely control their own powers. A warlock that's at the mercy of anyone who wants me to drift around. Okay, so here's what's on the timeline thus far. It starts with the Great Pyramids of Giza in 2560 BC. Then the Beaker folk arrive on the landmass that would later be called Britain. Cleopatra was murdered by an asp, although she wanted to die. I've had to censor the nipple there. Didn't want to, but felt it was just wise for the continuation of the channel. Albert Gunter jumps over a bridge with a double-decker tower bus. This is in 1952. We've jumped ahead quite far. Rosalind Franklin discovers the DNA double helix. Terry Wogan marries Helen Joyce, 1965. Yeah, I decided to put pictures in. Isn't this so much nicer? Isn't this just so much more agreeable? 1971, the first cream egg is sold in the EU. Probably. We had to kind of infer that. Thomas Bangleterre is born in January 3rd, 1975. In 1975, later in the year, we think June. This was very contentious when this would have happened. But Chris Akabusi takes his O-levels. We think June 1975. We're pretty confident on that. The first cream egg sold in the EU really is just an educated guess. June 25th, 1982, The Thing is released. On 1 p.m. of April 1984, the story of 1984 takes place. Later in 1984, The Terminator is released. In 1987, the first chocolate Yazoo is launched. Is that the same Helen Joyce? It never occurred to me, but maybe I was forgetting that. Yeah, I don't know how to resolve the drift. I may have an idea on how to. I haven't implemented that idea. You can see a little bit of my wall there. Very embarrassing. Pete, do you know someone who was at the Wogan wedding? Can you tell us more? On February 4th, 2004, Facebook launched, as well as the 2003 Court of Appeals upheld Judge John Jerkin's decisions with regard to the exhumation and research of the Kenwick Man, or possibly pronounced the Kennick Man. On May 15th, 2004, the first episode of Strictly Come Dancing aired. On June 29th, 2007, the first iPhone was released. On April 8th, 2008, Lady Gaga releases debut single Just Dance. My mother's friend's father was a famous TV presenter and singer here in Ireland, and he was a pal of Wogan. That's very exciting. If you're ever able to get some intel from behind the lines, we would always be very appreciated. Wogan discourse is very important to this community. The typography of the Gaga single is awful. I'll agree with that. It's not very clear, is it? On September the 10th, 2010, Big Brother stops airing on Channel 4. On June the 6th, 2011, Lady Gaga is recognised by the Council of Fashion Designers of America. On March the 30th, 2012, the Shard becomes the tallest building in the UK. On November 2013, Lady Gaga releases Art Pop. Don't know why we've got so much Gaga. August 28th, 2014, Obama wears a tan suit while calling for increased military presence in Syria to fight ISIS. On March 26, 2015, Ed Miliband says, "Hell yes, I'm tussing us," to Jeremy Paxman. 2015, Huel is invented and released on the British market. On October the 11th, 2022, the second reformation of Blink 182 takes place. And October the 29th, 2022, I moved to the Netherlands. And that is, so far, everything contained on Sean Morley's Infinite. Tussinus has a superfluous second date listed. Oh yeah, you're right. This is one of the very first entries before I had really worked out the structure and grammar of the timeline. Now, does anyone remember what the last date we put in was? Because I'd love to go from that. However, I don't remember. It could have been the chocolate yazoo.
Egg.
It could have been Chris Akabusi. It could have been Cream Egg. Cream Egg. I think it was Cream Egg. Now,
Eggs and ass.
rather than create new egg.
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 I'm sorry.
Egg.
Egg. Egg.
Egg.
Egg. Egg. Egg.
Egg.
Every time I think it's reacted to me, it's just reacted to one of your eggs. Egg.
Egg.
Okay, my egg came through. Egg. Hello, Bumbatron. Okay, so I think... Thank you, a good Pete.
Egg.
I think the last thing we did was first cream egg sold in EU, probably. And so this is the new proposed format. We're going to add a new category, which is Sean Morley's Infinite Timeline, Smit. And I'm going to put... I'm going to add 9/11 to that. And I want other people to add any event that happened in human history into Smit. Albert, I hope that doesn't come up. I don't know how to adjudicate on where that should go in the timeline. But yeah, if you can think of any event, add, then SMIT, which stands for Sean Morley's Infinite Timeline, and then just the name of any event in the universe's history. I don't know if we should include the future. We haven't had to cross that bridge, but one day I'm sure we will. And the way it's going to work is we will pick, that's the hat, right? That's the hat of all events in human history. And you can continually add to that because that's going to stay forever. And then we'll pull one out. And then I will pose a question using this new system. And you have to determine the number of years between the date we pull out and the date of that event. And I, as well as anyone on the couch, because if someone does want to come in, they will get a spot on the couch and they will be part of the hosts. On the Discord, we have a voice chat open called the Time Hole. If anyone wants to come and be part of the couch, the Time Hole is open. And it will be couch versus chat. That's how I see it working. When you are guessing the relative dates, if you think it happened before, put minus. And if you think it happened afterwards, put plus.
Egg.
First scrambled egg festival held in Bosnia. I hope these are real events. I think we're going to have Bird joining, and then that would be good. Well, oh, hello, I see a little Kirby. Let me check that your levels are looking okay. How is Bird's... Oh, no. And now?
Hello?
Yeah, could you... What did you have for breakfast?
Me? What did I have for breakfast?
Yeah, it's just... I've learnt it from someone who I did a radio interview from, which is just a generic question to test levels.
For breakfast, I had some Greek yogurt with granola and a little bit of lemon curd.
That's really solid.
Very good breakfast. I strongly recommend it to anyone who may be interested.
I'm going to make you couch-sized.
Thank you. Although I'm not going to lie, I do like the image of being a small little imp at the bottom of the screen.
Well, you could sort of stand on the couch with a gun. I feel like a little cowboy Kirby wouldn't want to sit normally on the couch in the same way that naughty children don't like sitting still on the couch.
I couldn't agree more. Yes, I think the back of the sofa.
Yeah.
He's definitely been told that if he keeps sitting up there, he's going to fall off and he's going to lose one of his teeth, one of his baby teeth.
And it's exactly that kind of patronising behaviour that's caused Kirby to draw the gun from its holster.
This town ain't big enough for the both of us.
Are you ready for us to draw our first Smit?
Yes, I do hope that somebody else comes and joins the couch, because I don't have a huge amount of faith in my ability to understand linear time. And know the sequence of events.
Well, we're not competing to know the answer. We're competing to get a closer answer than the chat, who are forced to use that absolutely ridiculous tool I've given them.
That's a very fair point.
So it's not about truth, it's about victory. Okay, so our first event, in comparison to the first cream egg sold in the EU, is going to be... And people put some mad stuff in this time round, so it really can be...
I've put a couple of things in, but I didn't put that many. I've seen some of it.
Okay, so it's going to be hampered by... Okay, so let's also... Oh, I see Pete's here.
Hello.
Hello. Let me just get you onto the couch. Do you know, just given the way that a lot of, if you don't mind me saying so, a lot of the design of your guy, it's really the top you need to see. So I feel like maybe these hard lads could be hiding behind the couch.
Also, it does look like I'm pointing a gun at Paddy's head.
I think that's reasonable.
I honestly think that's a good layout.
I'd be upset if someone had a gun and they near Paddy and they weren't pointing it at Paddy's head.
So, just in terms of what we've received here, are we interpreting it that it's the creation of the first very large monster truck?
I would.
How are we defining very large?
Hello, Buzz Josie. How are we defining very large? I would say, okay, again, they're going to do some interpretation, and I want to create that interpretation before chat have to answer it as well, so we're all on the same page. I think there is something in the world, a concept called the monster truck, and so maybe it's just the first monster truck.
I would say
that's fair. I think that's fair. And you can find that out. And
Yes.
Oracle, I won't be doing that.
When was the first, or should we say, when was the monster truck invented?
Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
Yeah.
And we are doing that in relation to 1971.
You're asking chat to input like a number value, basically, like three years, a decade.
Yeah, and I think for ease, if you think it happened afterwards, put a plus at the beginning. And if you think it happened before, put a minus. So you're saying, like, was it 2 years before? -2. Was it 2 years afterwards? +2. That sort of thing.
Okay, that makes sense.
Is that the best way to do it? It's.
I'm interested in seeing how this mechanic turns out.
So am I. Here we go. The question is, when was the monster truck invented in relation to 1971?
1971.
I don't know.
Okay, so Mighty Fighty's instantly trying to put the word bum in there.
What else were you expecting?
Yeah, no,
well, to be honest, we don't need to worry about this, and I think we should try and work out our answer after they've locked theirs in. So we've maybe got a few hours. Oh no, never mind. It's a question mark, Maggie, rather than an exclamation mark. And Buzz Jonesy, I don't think you understand how the system works. I think if you did, you wouldn't be locking in aft bum. I think you of all people would be aghast to find out what you've been. Oh God, that's Harry. Harry's here.
That was just me. I was just checking whether you'd taken my advice.
Yeah, I have. I halved
Oh,
the
but thank
volume
you
of the
for
soundboard.
reminding me to open the soundboard in case we need it.
Yes, because it's useful.
There is a new soundboard feature on Discord. Pete actually gave me some specific warnings about this feature.
Well, I think the real warning was if you saw my stream last night.
I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know it was something that I would need to prepare for. I thought it was something you specifically
Well, you think I set something up so that Harry could play random MP3s? Actually, it does sound like something I would do. Yeah,
yeah, it does. Yeah, from the person.
It sounds like something you would do after being hounded about it for a solid 20 minutes.
Yeah, to be fair, giving Harry access to that was okay, fine.
We get the opportunity to explain everything that's going on to Buzz Josie, and I'd like to do that. This is sort of chat has answered. They've chat answered afterwards. Now they haven't chosen to make a specific guess. So I think we're not obliged to be any more specific than them. What do you reckon?
Well, so we have to give an answer as well. Sorry,
we're competing against them. They've given an answer, which is afterwards.
I think I'm going to say before. I think before.
It's a good question, isn't it? I think. Let's have a think. When I think of monster trucks as being a relatively, it's one of those ones, isn't it, where like as a widespread thing, it's definitely afterwards. But is it possible that some idiots invented, or not an idiot, some pioneering individual, is invented a truck with big wheels?
Yeah, did someone make a really big truck sometime in the middle of the 20th century?
Because I think of monster trucks as an 80s thing.
I think it's definitely post-war. But I think it might be before 1971.
Yeah, I think post-war.
I think someone might have made a monster truck as part of the war effort. There was loads of mad stuff that got made as part of the war effort that was sidelined. They did loads of R&D.
That's a good point, but I suppose we're not... Oh, sorry, carry on.
Well, did you hear about those ships that someone tried to make that were made of ice?
No.
The problem was that they melted, but the idea was ice doesn't buckle in the same way that even steel does if you hit it with shrapnel and artillery. It would artillery would just get wedged in the ice. And someone tried to make this thing which was a mixture of ice and sawdust, which meant it wouldn't melt as quickly. And apparently the myth goes, I think this sounds a bit more like a apocryphal, that due to his busy calendar schedule, Churchill had to have this idea pitched to him by having models of this boat placed in his bath with him.
I don't like that.
No, it's not good, is it?
I'm glad it didn't succeed.
Called Icecrete. I think it was called Piecrete, actually.
Were they driving monster trucks in Dukes of Hazzard? Or was it just big trucks generally?
That's a good point. I don't remember seeing a monster truck in Dukes of Hazzard, and that's a sort of 70s show, isn't it?
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking it might be like late 60s.
I'm thinking that monster trucks are an 80s thing, so I would say afterwards, but
No,
they
but
could have
that's
been
when they're
invented
popular.
before.
Things aren't popular
Yeah,
when they're invented.
I understand. I understand. But would they have been called monster truck? I don't know.
Hello?
Oh, hello. Who's
Hello.
there?
Can you hear me? Hi, it's
can.
Josie 8.
Oh, hello.
Hello,
Pete,
Josie.
Pete just brought up a thing that I was wondering about, which is Monster Truck a trade name? Was there a point at which some organisation said, we are the Monster Truck organisation?
So if Monster Truck is actually a brand name, then we are forced to accept.
Yeah, prior to the inauguration, prior to the Monster Truck organisation being consolidated, they were just big trucks. They weren't monster trucks.
So even if we find a gigantic truck from 1965, we can't accept it. Just before we end up trying to commit on an answer, a couple of people have said they just have no idea what's going on. So I'm going to try and just briefly cover what's happening. We are assembling a timeline of every event in human history. Let me get this answer out of the way. Q done. And it becomes a guessing game of each new event. We then draw each event becomes like an anchor in the timeline. We draw a random event out of a hat, and the couch competes with the chat to guess when in relation those two events happened in relation to each other. And we're using this new system of guessing answers that I'll explain next time it comes up. Is it easy to have a little person representing you? Yes, I will pull up the means to do that now. It's a little link to something called Reactive by Future-Tech. If you do want to do it, I'll just pop it straight in chat. You would need to go on that, and there's a little thing called... There's like a link you need to send me. It's like the public sharing link or something. And if I put that on there, you'll be represented by a little image.
Good grief, this seems a lot harder than I thought it would be.
It's like medium level difficulty.
The hardest part was definitely choosing an image that I thought really encapsulated my persona.
Oh, is that what we were supposed to do?
Does anyone else have a computer that they can make a thing for me and send it to Sean on my behalf?
I am sure, Josie, that people will clamour to make you an image.
Could I request an Opal Rex rabbit, please? I'm commissioning it.
I think it would in some way need to be connected to your Discord account because it needs to know to listen to your microphone to respond when you talk. So it'd be
okay.
People could send you the images. But you would probably need to be the one
to
set it up and get the link.
Hold on. Okay, I will go quiet for a bit while I try and make this happen. I will be back.
Okay. Well, I am still leaning to before because I think a lot of companies that you think of as being popular in a certain decade have this winding startup time where no one really knows what they are.
I have a vague memory from being a boy in the 90s who was vaguely interested in monster trucks as a little boy. I think the first monster truck, and maybe this is true, I think there's a monster truck called Bigfoot that I think is the first monster truck.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a 70s or 80s thing. I'd be surprised if that was pre-1970. What's the year? 71?
It is quite early.
So they'd have to have been invented in the 60s.
Yeah, starting to sound mad, isn't it?
Okay, well, I'm happy guessing after.
When were non-monster trucks the kind of things that you think of as the big American trucks? I reckon those weren't invented till the 70s.
I'm coming round to your way of thinking, and if you had an interest in monster trucks as a child, that trumps.
Well, no, I'm overselling this now.
So you say monster truck, my brain just goes to Truckosaurus from The Simpsons, so I'm happy saying after. Because that's my only pool of reference.
Truckosaurus would be post-1971.
He would be.
Now, in The Simpsons, they make him like the monster truck is linked to the Evel Knievel style guy, isn't he?
Yeah, but it's like the series that were coming out in the 90s or the early 2000s. So It must be after.
Lance Murdoch, isn't it? I think it's after. Why are we talking about the Evil Knievel Simpsons parody? I've got the same birthday as Evil Knievel.
Because you brought it up.
Okay, let's.
He killed a man.
Evil Knievel. Yeah, okay. We just to get us back on track. I think we're leaning towards afterwards. So are we going to lock that in?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to look up the truth of the matter, and then that's that round. That's round one. Let's see what Bing has to say. When was the first monster truck?
Do you think a funny twist on this game would just be to make Bing the ultimate arbiter?
Well, that's sort of what I am doing. It's just so much quicker than.
Yeah, all this research.
It looks like there is a very definitive answer to this as well. Even if you just go to normal Bing, it is 1979.
There we go. 80s.
So everyone's correct.
What was the date of the reveal of the first monster truck? So everyone wins.
Great.
I will try and encourage chat to come up with a more specific answer, but I can't make you do anything. So, that's life, innit?
You did sort of give them a means of input that largely pulls from letters, and then you're asking them to sort of make that numerical.
In what way does it largely pull from letters? You can write numbers in with the same amount of ease.
I suppose.
Well, they don't know that. There's no numbers in Rishi Sunak, is there?
If you're giving
That was the first example, perhaps, but it's equally easy to.
If you're giving them an, in theory, extensive text box that they can fill in letter by letter, and you're like saying, "Oh well, we only did an answer that's about 3 digits long." That's
someone should tell Rishi Sunak that if he changes the I's in his name to ones, young people will vote for him and see if he does it.
And that, you know what, the fact that he doesn't have numbers in his name is evidence of an anti-maths mindset. When you think about it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Do you love maths so much? Put it in your name.
Because our third guest went to school with Rishi. Let's not bring it up.
Hello, hi. Yeah, I'm still editing rabbit images. Right, so I've put the 2 images in. What do I do next? Do I send it somehow, or?
If you look towards the bottom end of that page, will there be some links for sharing? Something like a public sharing link.
Individual browser source.
That's the one you want. Yeah.
Okay, so if I copy that, and do I DM it to Sean?
Chat or DM it to Sean? Yeah.
DM it to me probably is safer. Otherwise, someone could. I don't know what anyone could do with it, but seems like best practice.
They could put it on their own. Turns out it works on more than one stream.
Yeah. And it does mean
versatile.
It means someone could see when you were talking on Discord anywhere, but all they'd see is the precise moment where you talk through an image changing between 2 states.
Let's see if that's true.
Yeah, it should be true, but yeah, I'm happy to experiment.
Well, I'll just open up my OBS and see if see if we're on there.
Okay.
Carry on with the quiz.
DM.
There it is.
Cool. Received. Opening. Importing. Oh, this looks like it could be very nice. Then I need to.
Oh, yeah, that does work.
Great, and then you'll just fit snugly on the couch. The only character to actually just be sat on the couch is cushions. That's nice. I'm glad we've got a couch. Can you say something?
Hello.
Oh, that's good. That's nice.
That is good. I'm happy with that.
I'm standing up.
Lovely.
Would you say Rishi Sunak is anti-maths?
No. No, probably
But he
not.
could be more pro-maths by putting numbers in his name.
Yes, if it was like...
Well, the sequel to Rishi
Rishi
Sunak
6.
is Rishi Tunak.
That's good.
Yeah, that
Very
would have been
nice.
good. Okay, should we do our next Smit? And remember, people still are adding Smits. So this will be in relation to 1979 when the first monster truck did a show. Our next Smith is... Loads of these are mad and just unverifiable. The Congress of Tamaulipas approves of legislation legalizing same-sex marriage.
Well, good for the Congress of Tamaulipas.
Yeah,
good for them.
COT in the chat for the
COT, please, for the Progressive Institution of the Congress of Tamaulipas.
I think that that might be. I'm trying to get. Oh no, I'm not about to make myself seem very stupid by pretending to know exactly where that is because I don't.
Well, you don't want to give chat anything.
Yeah.
Okay. Gonna reformat that a little bit. Add a line break where there definitely needs to be one.
This is a good one because this could be like ancient Greek or something, couldn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. This could be anywhere in the last 10,000 years.
Could be anything in all of history. This could be the Beaker people.
Could be yet to happen. Could be legislation that
Yeah,
yet to go through.
This is year 3000.
I think. Oh, someone thinks it's a trick question and it never happened.
No.
I mean, that's how I'm being very generous in interpreting. No. Someone would only need to change the first character there, and you can actually have a year.
Yeah, don't forget it's plus. You can use plus and minus in the first character.
Welcome to this side of the fence, Bird, where you're just trying to nudge people to use the features correctly.
Just so it's less of you being alone on an island trying to get people to behave.
I did intentionally move out of the chat because I discovered that my my typing skills meant that I could just game this whole system quite easily.
To stop yourself from outputting secret messages.
Josie, the first monster truck was in 1979, thus 8 years after the first cream egg sold in the EU.
So the first monster truck could have run over a cream egg if it wanted.
Maybe it did.
I'm not sure. I don't know if cream eggs would have been in the US at that point, and so the monster truck would have to have crossed a sea. But
oh god, does the chart need to go 3-dimensional now? Do we need an extra axis for location?
Oof,
Oof, indeed.
It's exciting to think about. It would feel like the day-to-day news graph.
You should eventually get into a kind of Trousers of Time thing when one of us goes back in time to October the 23rd, 1985, and then steals an almanac of some sort.
I think the issue will emerge if we do this for long enough that people will actually perpetrate events that will then end up on the timeline. And the timeline influences
Are we going to all wind up as precog? Like in Minority?
Oh, I mean, if I could go in that nice milky bath, that would be lovely.
It does look nice. Put me in the precog bath.
We're more likely to end up as Biff.
You've got big Biff energy.
You're all joking about being in the precog milk
big
bath.
Biff energy.
To tell
yeah, I mean,
someone.
good timeline, Biff.
Albert, you had your chance to unlock.
Oh, good. Yeah, sorry, I'd forgotten how Back to the Future works. It's not as much of an insult as it originally seemed.
Or if you want, you could be Griff Tannen, the 19th century Tannen.
Oh, from the Old West.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to be any of the Biffs.
Now, I think, just want to say to the catch, I think we're going to win this one because chat have chosen 20,369 BC. And what's the thing we're after here? It's
when did a particular Congress approve, pass legislation for same-sex marriage?
Hang on, I can bring this back up.
I mean, it's quite possible that the oldest known grass bedding, including insect repellent plants and ash layers beneath the surface, were in favour of homosexuality.
I'd say they were more progressive then than they are now.
Is that what Tamaulipas is?
No, it's not what.
No, that's 200,000 years
Josie's,
ago.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. I thought you were saying that Tamaulipas just refers to some kind of ancient layer of detritus.
I mean, I'm assuming I'm not allowed to look up what Tamaulipas is. That would be
Well, we
breaking
can't.
the
We have
rules.
to lock in our answer and then
It's
we can
going to be
look
a
up.
place somewhere, isn't it? I am actually starting to go the other way now. I think this could be a very recent event.
I agree.
Or a
I think it's
relatively
art.
recent event.
I think
Because for some reason, I think it feels like a kind of an Incan word or some kind of
Central America, somewhere like
Spanish American
Colombia,
kind of
or-
thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
in
it
which
could
case
be.
it could be very recent, couldn't it?
Yeah, it
Well,
very well
listen,
could be.
we
If it's
don't
like an
have to be very accurate at all. We could just say that it happened after the birth of Christ. We could just say 1000
Jesus
AD.
did it. No, but I reckon it's like 2020 or 2021.
I mean, the other
something
question
like
is, when did the concept of marriage first come about?
that. Yeah, probably after 200,000 BC, JC.
Yeah, and I think the idea
I'm thinking
of a law,
we're onto a winner.
as something that we'd call a law that relates to
They've
a
played
marriage
right into our hands.
is very modern. I'm happy just to put in the year 2010.
Oh, Albert's correcting you on canon law, Jesse.
You're not a Stannon.
Thank you, Buzz Jonesy. Let's see.
Buford Tannen, you're right. Yeah.
Thank you, Josie.
Griff Tannen is Back to the Future 2. Buford is Back to the Future 3. Yeah. No, my bollocking has been accepted.
You could have ignored that. Well, I thought it was just friendly. I thought it was this stream's all about correcting people.
I can picture you in my mind with the name Buford in a beautiful oil painting. So, yeah.
Either way, I'm receiving a backhanded compliment, and I'm fine with that.
Thank you, Buzz Jonesy, for updating the stream feature Google Doc. I'm personally just happy to lock in a date like 2010, which sounds.
I think it's a bit late, but yeah, I mean, who cares? It's after 100,000 BC, please.
No. Let's
Is
be closer to the mark.
Is it Price is Right rules? Do we have to get the right date without going over, or do we have to be...
No. We just have to be more accurate than chat.
Yeah, in which case
it's us versus chat.
0. No, but 2020, I reckon it's very recent.
I think quite
maybe
close
even
would
more
feel...
recent. Maybe last year, 20 whatever.
All right, 2020. Are we agreed on 2020?
Yeah,
I'm locked in.
I'm fine with.
All right,
it doesn't matter, does it?
It really doesn't. Okay, let me just ask Bing. When did the Congress of Tamal...
Can you ask if is it closer to 2020 or 200,000 BC?
It gets confused by that. I have tried that in previous
I'm
streams.
confused by that.
It's going to say it's not a real place. And then we're really asked. 2022, it was very, very recent. It was a 23 to 12 vote.
There we go. Can we find out where Tamaulipas is?
Yes, please.
I suppose we could do that, can't we?
Tamaulipas is a free and sovereign state in the northeast region of Mexico.
Mexico. So Josie was right.
Oh, not far off. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never heard of it. It's a completely separate state to Mexico. Then.
Yeah.
No, is it it's a part? It's surely a part of Mexico.
Let's have a look.
Which, along with Mexico City, comprise the 32 federal entities of Mexico. So maybe it's a sub-region.
It's a whatever they call it. It's whatever they call a constituency, isn't it?
Yeah, an autonomous region of Mexico, says Josie Russell.
Okay, no, I trust Josie on that. Okay, cool. So yeah, it is. It's like those. But yeah, it's like that.
Tamaulipas. Let's just get a little image. There they are. All right, and I'll enter that in. So that's
like excellent. Yeah.
Can we end the question so we can see the pictures on the screen?
Yes. Yeah. Not quite yet. I just need to make sure that I've constantly got access to the spelling of the Congress of Tamaulipas.
Understandable,
yeah, that makes perfect sense.
So this occurred on October the 26th. So just before, it doesn't quite pip my moving to the Netherlands, for the most.
But that is
recent
the
events.
point of this timeline. We're trying to figure out what caused you to leave the country.
That does seem to be
Oh,
an
these are all
emerged
contributing
narrative.
factors.
Oh my goodness, that's what the purpose of this stream is. We plot out the entire timeline of human history, and we try and pinpoint the specific events that made Sean. And
Yeah, what is it? Let me show you. He goes, "Oh, what the? You can have gay marriage in Mexico now." Oh,
Yeah,
That's
time
it.
to go.
That's the last straw.
Yeah, Mexico's got gay marriage.
That's it.
Time to leave
I'm
the
moving
United
to Holland.
Kingdom.
I'm sorry.
Mexico's gone woke. I want to go somewhere where they've got a racist Santa.
Oh, I watched an episode of Atlanta recently, and they were on a European tour, and they were in Holland, and it was just about Christmas. And about 10 seconds before it happened, I had this realization that Zwarte Piet was going to turn up, and I did the biggest exclamation. It scared my partner. I just went, oh my God. And then 10 seconds later, a baby with a black painted face appeared. Ugh.
I mean, talk about setup and payoff.
Yeah.
And that's why Sean moved to the Netherlands.
That's why he said, I want me some of that.
No. It was to get away from the Tamaulipas.
Yeah, I need to
So what you're saying is you would rather be a
hardly
homophobe than a racist.
No, but you weren't getting away from Tamaulipas. Tamaulipas is probably pretty much equidistant from England, from Sheffield and Amsterdam.
Yeah, I suppose they've moved more south as well, but only slightly more.
Yeah, you've not thought it through, Sean.
And this is why the multi-dimensional timeline is needed. We need to figure out locations as well as times.
You can't try and bait Sean into making something more complicated because he will do it.
I feel like that is the easiest thing to bait Sean into doing.
It's more of a shouldn't. I'd say the shouldn't should be emphasised over the can't.
It's a moral imperative not to.
Let's pull our next Smit out of the Smit hat. In relation to October the 26th, 2022, when the Congress of Tamaulipas approves of same-sex marriage, what event will we be looking at? Wogan dies.
I mean, that's definitely a pivotal moment in Sean's life.
Yeah.
Time?
When did
F's in the
Terry
chat,
Wogan
please.
die in relation to October?
Are we talking? What are we talking about here?
We're talking on about when his soul left his body.
No, but are we?
Has
are
that
we
event
talking-
not been
are we
cancelled out
talking
by his
about
reanimation?
The literal Terry Wogan, or are we talking about the character Wogan who appears within the context of this stream?
Even
that
if the
character is back from the dead. A revived Terry Wogan. It's already covered.
This is the first time that Terry Wogan died.
I don't
This
think he
isn't
died
like- it
again.
isn't
I don't
like-
think he's multiply died. He died and has been revived.
We
and
don't
that
mean like
revived
he had a-
Terry Wogan exists within the
That is
More
true
Vision
because
canon.
wasn't Ben's show about sending him back to hell, which does not necessarily mean killing him again.
Yeah.
It just means moving his physical body to hell.
Well, some people would argue he had quite a poor crowd reception when he hosted the '98 Eurovision, but I don't think it's not that death we mean.
This isn't something where we have to litigate the meaning of every single word in every question.
No, I think as a couch we're hoping.
No, I was just providing content where the chat type hyphen gag into the feature.
Gaga now.
Gaga.
Listen, this was a very famous death. I really think you
Also,
could do a
we
better
only-
job.
We only need to work out. We only need to know whether it was before or after the first More Vision.
Come on, guys, get it together. I
You
really
really
do.
can do quite a good job here, I think. You just need to put a number in.
Mine is Gaga, so does that take away how old Lady Gaga is?
Yeah.
Maybe with yeah.
Which is
Well, it was one Gaga ago.
Or it's just been radio.
What's a radio in time? One radio ago.
I think Radio Gaga, the Queen song.
Yeah, but
No,
that's
I get
makes
that,
sense,
but how
doesn't
do I
Jesse?
measure
Why
one
have
of
they put
those?
that answer in?
Well, Terry Wogan was on the
Right.
radio.
We've
The
always got
Queen has
Braga
also
now.
died. So if the Queen has died, Freddie Mercury has died, and Wogan have died.
Beauregard.
The only one left to die is Gaga.
Are you saying that everybody
Hello,
who's
Dr.
been on the
Plem.
radio has died?
I think I'm saying everyone will die.
Yeah, everyone who's been on the radio will die. As for everyone else, wait and see. Dr. Plem, this is the new feature. Let's chat answer a simple question. I'm asking how at what time, how many years before or after October 26, 2022 did Terry Wogan die? I'm hoping for a number of years, but obviously now we're at 20 Aig bum. Oh, okay. You're more than welcome to have dinner, Dr. Plem.
I can't imagine why anyone would be confused by what's going on here.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense to me.
Clearly, we're just all here on the couch. It's this big rabbit, Kirby, and Robbie Williams hitting Paddy with a chair, and the chat just typing 2016 GB.
I'm a normal-sized rabbit. I'm not a big rabbit.
It's relative. I can't see. I'm sort of behind you.
It's a very cute rabbit.
We've got two hard lads, but we don't know how far behind the couch they are. And Kirby doesn't have a fixed size.
And we don't know what Kirby has eaten recently.
Yeah, Kirby is very much
a cowboy. Yeah.
Oh yes, a cowboy. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
Would you like to know the real answer?
Whoa!
Hello.
Oh my god!
Would you?
Yes, we would. Yeah.
The correct answer is Thursday, 25th of May, 2023.
Well, we're going to have to take that. I mean, there's no arguing with the horse's mouth, is there?
Although I do feel like we've brought in a ringer here.
Well, you say you brought in a ringer. He's given the wrong answer, hasn't he?
A wronger.
No. Terry would know, right? We haven't put our answers in yet as well, so we could just pick that one.
Well, I mean,
Has he gone again? Is that?
You don't get a much more authentic source than the man himself. Yes, he announced when he'll die, and then immediately left the Discord call.
No, we should have got someone on from the Congress.
Well, they're welcome. If there's anyone in here, if anyone from Blink 182 or Huel or Ed Miliband, you're all welcome.
Lady Gaga. If
Lady Gaga, if you are in the audience, I loved seeing you on tour last year. Please come back.
Yeah, I'll put the Discord link
I think that might have scared them off, but
that's fine. I think that is possibly the least fanatical thing that's been shouted at Lady Gaga since the beginning of her career.
That's probably true. Yeah, no, that's fair. Sorry, I'm having my pronunciation corrected via poll.
I think yes, we're winning by 1. Are you not keeping score? Should someone be keeping score?
I've got a lot of plates to spin. I'm going to drop some of them.
I don't have prehensile thumbs, so I can't keep score.
I'm holding a chair.
I've not got fingers.
So
just shoot your gun the right number of times.
How are we going to count this? So Terry Wogan's given us a death date, which I know Bing isn't going to agree with.
Well, Sean, I hate to break it to you, but I think Terry's egg might be a little bit scrambled after the brain damage. He might not be able to understand time in the same way.
TWBT for Terry Wogan Bing disagreement.
Egg.
That was a good on the fly acronym.
Thank you.
What do we want to lock in then, and then we'll verify it against Bing? Egg.
I'm struggling to remember if Terry Wogan was included in the kind of David Bowie year of terrible deaths that 2016 was.
As someone who's done some quite extensive mythologizing around Terry Wogan, I just know the answer, so I'm sort of willing to play my hand on this.
I think they're probably right. I think wasn't 2016 the year when all the celebs died?
Yep.
Yeah, but was he one of the year of everyone dying?
Yes, he was. Yes, 2016 is when Terry Wogan died. I had to write a whole live show, which was a quiz from Terry Wogan's perspective, but he has no contemporary knowledge beyond 2016. So I had to look up a lot of things against his death.
That's good.
But I can't remember what time of year, but I don't think it's important. I think we could just draw.
I'm trying to remember. I remember when it happened, but Josie says November. I think
Well,
it was
maybe
cold.
if we've established that it is definitely that year, should we choose a half of the year? And if we're in the right half, we win.
And they've chosen G-Bum.
G-Bum. Does G-Bum feel like a kind of summertime string of characters?
I think you see more bums in the summertime, definitely.
During the broadcast of Bum Island.
Yeah, Bum
Great
Island.
Britain.
Great Britain's
under
unfortunate
Meridian.
months.
yeah. Is that what you meant? Goes Umbrella Month. Just whenever when it rains in Britain.
Great Britain Umbrella Month.
So
Yeah,
that's
so that'll be
spring?
Okay, well, I'm going to say summer.
I think it might have been winter. I think it might have been early in the year.
I'm going to say summer.
But I'm happy to defer to the. I'm happy to defer to the coach.
The issue is, right, if we say summer, that means we've got summer, we've got autumn, and we've got winter. We win. But if we pick autumn, we're right in the middle. So if it's summer, we draw. And then if it's autumn and winter, we win.
I'm not following this logic,
So,
but
yes,
I'm happy to go along with whatever you say.
Statistically, we have to choose summer if we are making it a completely random chance.
Yeah, you follow what I'm saying, Josie, right?
Okay, well, I'm happy.
I get it.
I'm happy to go along with whatever you say.
I always feel like I want to go on the short odds, though. I want to go for start of the year winter.
I'm summer.
But there's no benefit. There's just either we get a point or we don't. We don't get more points. It's not darts. We don't get more points for getting closer.
It's not. Hang on. How do you think darts works?
More points for getting closer.
More points for getting closer.
It's not bowls. It's not curling. It's
no,
not
bowls is more
sport.
points. Bowls is better. Curling is better for getting closer. Those are better for getting closer.
That's what I'm saying.
Darts...
So I contrasted it against curling because you correctly pointed out darts is a bad analogy.
Oh, sorry. Okay, well, fine.
We agree. We're just raising our voices for fun.
Yeah, just add a bit of life.
I feel like I'm outvoted.
Just a bit of energy.
I think you guys are going for the end of the year. I'll have the moral victory if it is the start of the year.
I think it's the beginning of the year, but I'm happy to. I don't care enough to disagree.
I'm immovable on summer.
Okay, well, I'm happy to go with summer.
Okay. Yep.
All right.
But I do think it was
Let me ask
the beginning of the year.
When did Terry Wogan die in year and season? That's a really badly phrased question.
No, we just need the months. We already.
No,
just the dates would do it.
It's just like darts. We just need the year and the season.
Fuck! I'm sorry. I'm
No!
sorry.
Oh, Sean.
Oh, bollocks.
Well, no one knew, did they?
I mean, I can't see the whole date, but it's either January or February. So
It's January. It's January.
oh no, it's not February because that doesn't have 31.
Deduction.
I get there
I'm
in the
so
end.
Sorry. I threw that point away. We're drawing again.
Elbrot's correctly points out it was the day before February.
I really threw that away. I feel really bad.
3 weeks after Bowie. Do you think it was linked, Elbrot?
What do you think of this?
He said yes.
Do you think Terry ever had a chance to sample the taste of fuel?
It would have been tight, and he would have been unwell.
Well, unless there was a direct correlation.
I was about to say, what do you think did him in?
Yeah. It was Huel.
He was chugging Huel.
If Terry's still there, if you could tell us if you I suppose you could have sampled Huel recently. I bet they give them Huel in hell, right?
Terry, if your spirit is with
Captain
us,
Tom
please
eats
tell
Huel
us
in
if
hell.
you've tried Huel.
Yeah, if you've eaten Huel, Terry, blink 3 times.
In an audio.
Yeah, via audio.
I can imagine that the revived Terry Wogan's eyelids are quite noisy.
They make the cartoon blinking sound, but they're using like Dexter's Lab.
Oh wow, he got a huge memorial service. Look at this.
Yeah, he's quite popular. Quite a popular show.
I don't know. Just didn't occur to me.
It hasn't
It didn't occur to you.
A man who's you've written several shows based on a reanimated version of Terry Wogan.
You've
Didn't occur
collaborated
to
with
me he's
him.
really famous.
You've collaborated with him several times, and you didn't think that he had any impact as an
He
artist.
never mentioned his memorial show. I suppose he wasn't there, was he?
I never know who anyone is until they collaborate with me. And then I just know them as, my friend Terry.
Do you think of the people you work with as sort of like toys in Toy Story? When you stop working with them, they just sort of suspend animation?
Well, that's how Sean thinks all people are, I think.
No, I know that they have other lives. I just don't expect that to become a Wikipedia page. I just think they'll be off planting something or moving an object from A to B, doing a fetch quest. I guess I don't think about people who aren't in my line of vision. But I don't think they're gone. I'm just, they're off grid.
So you're establishing that you have better object permanence than a baby.
Well, everyone knows that the SM at the end of solipsism does stand for Sean Morley.
Yeah,
Filippo Sean Morley. I know Solipsy Sean Morley.
Yeah.
That was named after Val Venus.
Oh no. How are people feeling about this altered format? Is it controversial? Is it good?
I did like the channel points wagering, but I am enjoying watching chat type the year. I think it's fun.
Channel points wagering is fun, but
the problem is because the only possibilities are before and after. It sort of loads them, doesn't it? So it's hard to get a good spread.
I think I'm just bored of it. It's bored to administrate. It's too individual. People have got their own individual payouts, but collectively we can't follow what's happening to people.
I also think it was encouraging us to submit events that happened around the same time period. And so when I was submitting events, I was going, either I'm going to submit something that is absurdly out of this time period, like the Beaker Folk, or I'm going to submit something that is unguessable and turns out to be on the same day.
I thought there was a lot of slowdown in continually updating the categories and then filling them.
Oh yeah, no,
that
definitely.
was a lot of work on behalf of everyone.
Yeah, whereas this is really slick.
And it also did kind of feel a shame that loads of people had submitted things for earlier categories that had just disappeared. Whereas now we've got this massive growing pool, which is quite exciting.
No, this is good. This is good. This is good.
But I think we could always do it as different rounds of the same thing. There's no reason.
Well, when we build it out into a full kind of Taskmaster style 10-week half-hour format,
it's getting there. I think it's getting there.
When we sell it to Channel 5.
I think.
Yeah. Sorry. We're selling this to Dave, please. This is a Dave.
This is 100% a Dave show. All right, let's pull up our next Smith.
Yes, that's just having road burns.
The first Tannen is visited in the BTTF TV series.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the animated show. Oh.
Yeah, Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, but what is the BTTF?
Back to the Future.
No, it's Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Back to the first Tannen is visited in the Back to the Future TV.
So should we give Sean a little education? So
no. Give it to me after they've locked their answer in. Okay. In relation to Terry Wogan's death, 2016.
Ultimately, given that there hasn't been any new Back to the Future media in the last few years, I think we can guess.
New BTTF.
Don't tell them that.
No, but their job isn't to say before or after. Their job
they've got to
is
give us a year.
Guess as best they can.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So they guess a year, and we have to higher or lower that year.
Well, they're going to write Jerry Junak or something.
What is the name of the PM? Sorry, it's completely gone out of my mind.
Jesse Bum F. Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Oh no, was it Jerry F. Bum?
It's hard to keep up with them, isn't it?
Jerry Bum Seinfeld.
They're all resigning.
Okay, so 10 BC has been written out. Now, is there any chance that that's true in the universe?
I think it might be, because this is the TV series. This is the TV series which I've not seen.
I've not seen this.
I would imagine that they go to more locations than the film series. The film series only has 4 times. It has 85, 55, 2015, and 1885. But
Right,
I would
they don't go
imagine
back to
in
the
the
Stone
TV
Age.
show, they're going to go Stone Age, they're going to go Elizabethan times, you know.
Are you sure you want to lock it in currently? Because it's gone. It was a year. It was 1020 BC, but now it's 1915 to be confirmed.
1915, yeah.
I'll just let them work it out. They do you know, they do lock it in eventually. They do eventually lock stuff in. I don't know how to interpret TBCO. And now it says EBCO, so, you know. Hello, Monodrone. Yeah, I think no matter what happens, we can interpret it somehow.
Can we?
Yeah, if we came up with Great Britain umbrella months, then we're going to be absolutely fine.
Yeah, but that's what the chat meant. Whereas this one could be this one could be anything.
They'll work it out. They'll work it out. I have a lot of faith in them.
I think they tried to spell booby.
Josie Russell, please be careful what you write. You really could be manifesting something that we just we collectively cannot be arsed with, but it will happen. It takes about 2 people who desperately want to spell out boobies, and then there's nothing we can do until it's done.
I don't even know. I don't think I've seen this at all. When
was this the TV series?
When was it even made? Was it after that? Was it like 90s?
Presumably in the mid-90s.
Or even early. When is Back to the Future 3?
So Back to the Future 1 was released in 85. Then I think the sequels are maybe 89 and 90.
Okay,
something
so it could
like
be
that.
early 90s, because you think it's going to capitalise on that.
Yeah. But the other thing that I'm thinking of is how formulaic was the show? Did they go to a different time period each episode?
Every episode, or was it
in
one
every
story?
episode they met a different member of the McFly family, a different member of the Tannen family, or was it a little bit more freeform than that?
Yeah, I think it's going to be more. Well, I don't know. I reckon they'll go, because it's animated. They can go all over the place, can't they?
So did the Tannen is the name of one of the families? One of the dynasties.
The antagonist family.
Have you not seen Back to the Future, Sean?
I've probably seen it. I don't know enough.
He's the villain, the main, the antagonist of the story.
Can we start again, please, Sean? It's really easy to start again. Just wipe all of these out and replace them with underscores.
Yeah, it's easy.
To delete, underscore these away.
It could be one of those films where you think you've seen it, but actually what you've seen is several clips and interpolations in different. Because I have had that with.
No,
films.
Sean has seen it.
For ages, I thought I'd seen Heat, but I haven't actually seen Heat. I've just seen it be referenced a bunch of times.
I think
you can't see heat; you can only feel heat.
You can see fire.
Very true.
That's not the heat itself, though, is it?
Sean did see Back to the Future, but then Michael J. Fox turned up and knocked over the TV, so now he doesn't know he's seen it. He sort of it faded out of his mind.
And this is where, if I knew the plot of Primer, I could make a very clever joke about.
I don't think anyone knows the plot of Primer.
King of Time.
I don't even know what.
Bumping up against one of the problems of the feature, which is if someone, Mighty Fighty always loves to stick bum or cum right at the very end. So it's always 18, 19, 20 that Mighty Fighty does. So if you want to erase Mighty Fighty's letters, they're back there. But in general, a problem with the feature is you don't actually know the position of all the characters. If someone places one out of
potentially the chat, if we're entering 4-digit years, the chat could be putting in like 4 different dates in different parts of the 20-character string.
They could put all their guesses in order of preference, like an alternative.
Like a runoff voting, yeah.
I mean, I'll just let them do it. We don't have to react really.
Unfortunately, you have manifested boobies, Sean.
I didn't.
Yeah, it's almost like as soon as we said that out loud, that is what was definitely always going to happen.
It's almost like Sean should have learned after 3 years.
Why is it me?
No. This isn't Sean's
Morley
fault.
said
This is all Josie Russell's fault. Hang on, I'll do a poll.
Yeah, what a blame poll, a blame allocation plebiscite. The referendum to allocate booby blame.
No, yeah, BAP in the chat for blame allocation plebiscite.
Come on, everybody, get your BAPs out. Let's see your BAPs in the chat.
It's weird because blame allocation plebiscite is the kind of awkward multisyllabic phrase you'd come up with from the acronym BAP.
Poll open.
Yeah, but I think this couch is very A to C.
Yeah.
Or rather C to A, technically.
I think it's C to A. That's our problem. Not only have we bypassed B, we've gone backwards.
Rather than establishing the game of something and making it bigger, we make something big and then have to tool it to make it simpler.
Okay, so currently they've managed Moobies BCB map. I am happy with this feature for all the problems.
Oh no, I think it's great.
I am happy with this. I'm happy for this to be the rest of my life.
If you took a screenshot of this stream and showed it to a Victorian orphan, I think it would liquefy their brain.
If you showed it to Biff Tannen's first ancestor, they'd explode.
My confusion with this question is it talking about within the canon of the TV show? Is it talking about the first episode that aired?
Question, yeah.
Okay, so
are we saying when would the episode air?
Hang
or
on,
are we saying what year do they visit? I think we're saying what year do they visit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I imagine the earliest
reasonable.
ancestor is from what time period, yeah.
Okay. So if it's like a prehistoric Ugg caveman Tannen, then we reflect that. Okay, so first of all, what interpretive work could you do on Moobies BCB BAP?
So BC is before Common Era. They're definitely saying it's before the year 0.
Mm-hmm.
I think bebop is just a little jazz sound at the end of the date. We can ignore that.
That's just some scat singing to make the answer more interesting, sure.
Yeah. Just to spice up history.
Well, hang on, are they saying it's kind of the jazz era? Are they saying early 20th century?
No, they're just basically implicitly saying that they're a jazz.
They're a jazz historian.
Yeah, they're a jazz historian. They're just saying, hey, when was the first Tanner visiting? They're saying movies BC, bebop, skibop, part of their answering style.
So, yeah, I suppose we know they're going for a BC date, don't we?
So then, is it 8,135 BC?
I think it is because the numbers before that are 00, and then there's an M which we can discount as a typo.
That's just the start
M
of the
could
jazz.
be Roman numerals for 1,000 though.
8135 BC, bebop.
Could it be 1000,8135 BC?
I don't think you can change an M into a 1 in your mind.
Yeah, where are you getting this 1 from? It's an M.
Nah.
No, M is 1,000 in Roman numerals.
I was about to say, yeah.
No, it's moo. Everyone here is saying, the chat is telling us, the people who wrote this are saying that it's moo.
Sorry. I feel very stupid for trying to convert it into a date when clearly the answer was moo 8135 BC.
I did enjoy Josie's suggestion that it was more of a warm up. I kind of
moo.
Or just a jazz cow gave the answer. Is that what we're suggesting?
The story of it is they said moo nervously, and to play it off after the answer, they went bebop to try and post hoc contextualize the moo as scatting.
Yeah, it was one of those things where they'd not spoken all day. It was the first time they were in conversation with a person, and the throat was a bit weird. But they just kind of had to make some noise.
That rings true that this answer was given by people that haven't spoken to anyone all day.
Maybe the pun they're going for is cowboy bebop.
Oh, very good.
That's almost structured like a joke. Amazing.
I think it was a collaborative effort.
That's pretty good.
Okay, so what are we going for? They've got 8,135 BC.
I think it's earlier. I think if you're doing I'm guessing there would have been at least 13 episodes of this cartoon. You're putting your pins in the timeline, choosing where to travel to with your DeLorean. You're gonna go to the Stone Age. You're gonna meet a Flintstone.
What first episode?
No, but over the course of
No.
the
Over the course of the run, they're going back and forth in time. What is the earliest period in time they visit where there is a
I misunderstood the question. I thought we were saying what did they do in the first episode?
Let me bring up the.
Yeah. I believe you. It's dinosaur. They're going to have seen a dinosaur, right? But would Tannin relative have been there though?
Tanninosaurus.
The T-Rex.
Potentially Tanninosaurus versus the McFlyodon or something.
There's also a chance that they never go to the Stone Age, and the earliest one's just from, just the Steam Age.
Yeah, or given that
I'm sure
given that the DeLorean doesn't travel in space, it just travels in time. They are locked into American history, I would guess.
Hang on, if they're locked into American history, unless the Tannins go are Native Americans, you go back far enough, and they're literally not there. You can't go before.
No, but there's dinosaurs. The dinosaurs were there though, weren't they?
But they wouldn't have been on the American landmass.
Do they go back far enough that it becomes Pangea?
Dinosaurs were on.
Travel on the land bridge to Europe, and then they go forward in time.
Sorry,
they
can we
travel
just
on the DeLorean across the land bridge to Europe, across the
Yeah. So they start off by going back 180 million years to Pangea.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of the landmass is one. They can just easily pop over to Africa, pop up to Europe. Then they go forward in the DeLorean, and then they're in the court of Louis XV.
I really think we need to examine this assumption that Sean thinks dinosaurs weren't in North America.
No, we're talking about ancestors, the Tannin family. Obviously, I know.
I feel like it's a silly cartoon. It's a silly cartoon.
No, I'm with Josie now. There's going to be a T-Rex that looks like Biff.
A Biffosaurus Rex and a Diplomafly or something. I don't know.
I'm entirely with Josie on this. It's going to be a dinosaur that looks like Biff.
Okay, I'm imagining an early 90s writer's room for a cheap cartoon.
Exactly.
This is what they will do.
Medium awareness.
Should we?
It's just
How do people feel about locking in 200,000 BC then?
Yep, that works for me.
Yeah, hang on. When do you think dinosaurs were from?
Around.
Well, I'm trying to talk about a time. Oh, you mean an actual little? We want to go back to the Jurassic, do you? You want to go back to a million years?
We're talking 70 million BC.
This is so silly, though. Hello, King of Time.
I think even if we go one earlier, if we go to 8136 BC, I think we've got it.
Yeah, you're right.
We just need the It's earlier.
I'm not going to stick around for long, but I wanted to offer some things for consideration.
Hang on.
Have you seen this show?
Sorry, King of Time. Have you contributed an answer to the chat, and then after it's locked in, you switch sides?
Yeah, but he's the King of Time, so this is quite relevant to his interests.
King of Turncoats.
I think I'm just a chaotic character.
You've played a very good
contributed a little bit on both sides.
Okay, what's your
going to duck out again?
Typical employee of the king.
I think in the opening titles there is a dinosaur. Whether that gets visited in the series and whether there's a Tannin there, I'm not sure. And to tackle the question of continental travel, I don't think they necessarily use the car version because they've.
Oh, do they use the train
version. I think they use the flying train version.
Okay. But they've got to have the DeLorean in the series. It's iconic.
Yeah. But maybe it's the flying DeLorean.
Also, maybe they didn't want to pay for it.
I mean, technically, there are no gaps in the narrative timeline through the trilogy of films. It has to happen after Back to the Future 3.
Yeah, because it happens continuously.
Or at the very least, between the last two scenes of Back to the Future 3.
Oh yeah, because the train's still gone, isn't it?
Yes, I think the whole family with Doc and Clara and the kids show up possibly in the series.
Okay, for simplicity's sake,
there is one episode I do know does exist. They do go to Victorian England and visit an Ebenezer Tannen for a Christmas special.
Right, because of your Christmas Carol
addiction.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll leave you with those thoughts.
A Christmas Carol and Spore. You can make Scrooge in Spore. That would be King of Times.
You'd never leave the house.
Dreams come true.
Who's getting arrested?
Is it
King
me?
of Times.
Yeah, there's always police was involved.
Oh, get back on your boat.
Right, I'm gonna go and eat my dinner. And keep listening. Bye bye.
Thank you for the intel. Enjoy your growth.
Thank you, King.
Thank you, King.
Okay.
TOT's in the chat for Turncoat of Time.
I don't think any of that intel overturns our current instinct of dino time. So do you still think 8136 BC?
Dino time.
I think that's the logical choice, I think.
Okay, 8136 BC. God knows how I'm going to find this information out.
There's got to be a Back to the Future wiki.
There's got to be a wiki,
There
or at least
will
a
be.
Wikipedia. It's on Wikipedia. So we need to find the furthest back episode. Okay, episode 1, American Civil War.
Oh, okay.
Episode 2, Middle Ages. Episode 3, Dinosaurs.
Oh,
okay, but you need an episode.
Is there a Tannen in it? Is there a
the full
Tannen?
synopsis. To test a new invention called the Sonic Garbage Molecular Redistributor, without Marty, Doc and the boys head back to prehistoric times before 3 million years, so they're not in danger anyone. Before they can run their test, a Tyrannosaurus gives chase, and with the help of a friendly pterodon, they escape. At night time, they finally set up the test. Dot spots a shooting star, which is actually a large meteor heading towards Earth. Doc zaps it with his redistributor and destroys the meteor, thus saving Earth, but draining his car battery. Using lemons to power the battery, they head back into the future and civilization as they know it has changed. Odd breeds of dinosaurs rule the Earth. Doc realizes that he must return to the past to restore the meteor, and in doing so, sentence their friend, Donnie the Pterodon, into extinction with the rest of the dinosaurs. When the group returns to present-day Hill Valley, while Marty and Einstein are visited again, Vern befriends a little bird that resembles Donnie. Issue 2 of Back to the Future goes into this episode. The title is a parody of the title Back to the Future. It's called Forward to the Past.
I'm on the Back to the Future wiki, and I found the Tannen family tree.
Okay, yeah.
Go
to the very top.
So I'm going to go from the future backwards, because we have a future Tannen called Tannen the Barbarian. There's
ancient Egyptian Tannen.
There's a Ziff Tannen in the 21st century. Griff Tannen, Biff Tannen, Riff Tannen, Cliff Tannen, P.T. Tannen, D.W. Tannen, Mac Tannen, Irving Kidd Tannen, Gertrude Tannen, Muggsy Tannen, Buford Mad Dog Tannen, Beauregard Tannen, Epiphnezer Tannen, 1845, as represented by King of Time, Mercy Tannen, Mungo P. Tannen, Goodman Tannen, Bifando della Tannene, who is from the 1530s, Biffingham of Tannenshire, 1367. The earliest Tannen, however, is Bifficus Antannani, who is from the Roman period of possibly around the 100s AD.
Oh my god!
Congratulations, chat.
There's an ancient Egyptian Tannen, but even then we're not. Even then we're wrong, aren't we? It's earlier.
100 BC. Can you say the name of that Tannen, please, so I can get an image?
Bifficus Antannani.
Tannen.
Hold on. There's a picture of him on that link.
Found. Got Bifficus. So that's around 100 BC, but it's also a show from the late 20th century. But when it takes place we'll just have to...
They theorise that it's around 100 AD, I think, on that
100
wiki.
AD. Okay, that's good. That'll be our first very early AD.
No, hold on. Marty and Emmett travel to ancient Rome in 36 AD.
Okay, 36.
So, yeah, let's say 36 AD.
Can you spell his name again, please?
Biffficus.
F-F-I-C-U-S. Bifficus. Yep.
A-N-T. A-N-N-E-N-Y.
Bifficus Antenninae is encounters, and who do they meet?
Meets Marty McFly and Doc Brown in ancient Rome in the year 36.
Ancient Rome in as depicted in Back to the Future
brackets TV series.
TV series. Okay, that's confusing. Sort of confusing how that sits alongside of the real world events, but it's in there now. Nothing I can do.
I think we also have the events of 1984, the book, don't we?
Yeah, no, we've got fictional dates in here already.
We've got fictional dates.
There is indeed a new toy, Harry. We'll be exploring it very, very shortly. In fact, we can roll a new... This will probably be the last Smit of the night. I will be soliciting feedback on how Infinite Timeline is shaping up with the new features. I think its ultimate... It's inevitable format will be different rounds that are slightly different from each other. Have we really got nothing between 36 AD and 1952? No.
It's our version of the Dark Ages.
Okay, we'll do another random Smit. This will be our last of the evening, I imagine. So in relation to 36 AD, where does the following event fall? Green Bay Packers founded. Probably later.
Oh, well, I think I roughly know this. This feels like an Albrot one. Or Bread Santa. It could be Bread Santa.
We're going out on a real high here.
36
Really,
AD. When were the Green Bay Packers?
Why is that? Why is this not a high?
You're right, sorry. I think Albrot's taken offence you assuming that he did.
Well, it's an American thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Also, it's a sport thing. I feel like my ability to debate the minutiae of the Back to the Future timeline is far greater than the ability to debate the minutiae of sport of any type.
Who are the Green Bay Packers?
Well,
we won't know until we're allowed to look it up.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I do know. I know vaguely who the Green Bay Packers are.
I'm more than happy to defer to Pete on the sports questions. In the same way that in any kind of pub quiz machine, I just kind of shrink to the size of a walnut whenever there's a sport question.
Harry Hardy, this is the new feature. You have a question up here, and chat collectively is formulating an answer. The syntax at the bottom is you put question mark, space, the position in the text, and then the character you want to place there. You can use that to overwrite existing characters, and you just want to spell out whatever you think the answer is, changing one character at a time. When you all collectively think you have got the right answer, I haven't written that. I just want to make clear. When you think it's correct, just lock it in. ! Lock. It needs 5 people to lock it in without there being any changes to the text, and then it's confirmed as your collective answer.
And the answer has to be in the form of a date followed by some freeform jazz.
It doesn't. It really ought to be. Is this a new toy? Yes, it is, Harry. It really ought to be sort of a number of years you think between 36 AD and the formation of the Green Bay Packers.
Or a date.
Or a date, yeah, fine.
I think this one's looking like a date to me. This is looking like the most coherent answer we've ever had.
Yes, I'm going to take it that they are genuinely suggesting that it's 19. Oh, it was 19.
And also, though Albrot seemed annoyed at me for assuming that, I think Albrot probably does have a good idea of this.
Yeah, I think Albrot probably is the most
I've
qualified.
Actually misremembered. Albrot knows a lot about baseball.
No, Albrot, they're claiming they know the answer.
I would believe that the Green Bay Packers were a baseball team if I was told that.
Oh, they're not.
I'd assume American football. I don't know why.
I think you're right.
They're American because American teams are always location collective noun, aren't they? They're like the Tampa Bay Racists or the
I think I have some insight.
Well, the Mississippi Mudlarks.
I think if we ignore the word BAP, they are saying it was in June 1923.
That's very accurate, chat. Good work.
Well, I think
you put in everyone
it
when
was
they
BAP
want
June.
to.
The big remember 1923 when everyone had burgers. It was a big BAP June.
That was a big BAP June.
I mean, it was the Depression, but we still had BAPs.
Oh no, that's pre-depression.
That's
Depression is the
pre-depression, yeah.
Oh, this is Roaring 20s, isn't it? Sorry, I'm
it was
not.
the
paying
roaring
attention.
BAP years.
It was the roaring. This was
we were all going to see our silent films,
The
chomping
new
on our
BAP
bats
deal.
in time.
Yeah, we were going to the
Harry,
cinema
I'm
like
not doing a month called BAP June.
we're going to the cinema like 12 times a week, and you couldn't keep kids out of work. They just loved doing hard labour.
D.W. Griffiths was giving away a free
to the
BAP
girders.
with every racist film you saw.
Do you want some insight on the?
Now that they've got the answer, give us everything in your head.
Yeah, teach us, learn us.
It is an American football team. I'm going to say that the NFL does date from like the 20s, I think. So I think this is going to be close. The one thing I do think, and this could be wrong, or I could be sounding clever, that Green Bay is a very small town, right? So most of the NFL teams are like the big cities. But I think that the small town teams will be the earliest American football teams. And most of them have been swallowed up by big cities or whatever. But Green Bay is still a Green Bay on this. So they're still a small town team. So I reckon they've got to be one of the very original teams. So I would say they were probably a founder member of the league. So I'd say before.
You're going earlier than June 23.
Yeah, because I think this is around when the league. I reckon the league might have started a couple of years before this, like 1920 or something.
The only thing I'm now thinking is if BAP June 1923 was when this club was founded, we would all be inundated at this point in time with the forthcoming centenary of BAP June 1923 celebrations.
Well, of course.
Next month, in a week's time, it's going to be BAP June 2023.
They are the cheeseheads, Green Bay. So there's more burger related, isn't it? So it does make sense.
I'm with Pete. I think what little I do know about, I think it's definitely. I think we're in the right decade. I think it makes sense, I suppose, that they would have been one of the earlier teams. So I'm willing to say before, but definitely not before.
When did the NFL start? Actually, do you know what? So that's all. They could be pre-NFL as well, couldn't they? Because the teams will have existed before the league.
Yeah, because like leagues changed, don't they? They changed.
Leagues changed. I mean, the NFL not so much, but they wouldn't have been an official league. I'd say it's before. It's before. I think it's before.
Yeah, I'd say before.
I'll join. Locked in.
Locked in before.
I, like many people in the chat, I've completely lost track of the question. I'm just thinking about how BAP June will be 100 years old next month.
What many years of BAP?
Counting down the days on my BAP June advent calendar until BAP June happens.
Tiny little buns behind each door.
Well, it is sundress season, so BAPs of some kind are everywhere.
What is our actual guess? It needs to have the same amount of specificity as chat.
Oh, they've gone for a year.
So we should have a year, a kind of bread, and a month.
1920,
or even earlier, 1980. No, 1920. 1920. You can pick the bread, Josie.
Muffin March.
1920 Muffin March. Is that our answer?
Yes.
Okay. So
Harry's going for 1922 Pumpernickel July.
Okay. Well, let's find out if it was in fact 1920 Muffin March.
Know this.
When were the Green Bay Packers founded? Is that what I'm asking?
Albron's accusing me of cheating.
He's got a chair in both of his hands.
Yeah. We can see where my hands are.
The Green Bay Packers were founded on August 11th, 1919 by Curly Lambeau.
Oh,
we knew Lambeau because it's Lambeau Stadium. That's where they play. His name was Curly?
Curly Lambeau, yeah.
That is a 1919.
Great name. That now becomes Thank you for someone who suggested that something goes between 1952 and 36 AD, because we now have something to do exactly that.
The one celebration you're still allowed to do in the NFL, I think, is the Green Bay players, when they score, they're allowed to jump up into the stand, and that's called the Lambeau Leap.
Wow. August 11th, 1919.
I know, yeah, Harry's pointed out we're wrong. It was Billy Joe Armstrong, Mike Turner, and John Kiffmeyer.
The Green Bay Packers were formed by Curly Lambeau and George
Albert, do you think I'm right about the small it being a small town? Is that right?
Names.
Calhoun is a very silent movie name.
It really is.
It's exactly of that period, isn't it? That kind of that 1919 or whatever it is.
Who's it? Who is it who says that someone looks like a young Rory Calhoun?
That is Mr. Burns talking about one of the
puppy when he's gonna shoot the dog.
And look
at him standing up like a young Rory Calhoun.
Now look at this timeline.
Beautiful.
I think we've done some incredible work
the beauty
here.
of history.
And it's nicely illustrated. It's easy to navigate.
Yeah, I haven't had a Gaga for a while.
No. In 2560 BC, the Great Pyramids in Gaza are completed. In 2471, the Beaker folk arrive onto the landmass that would later be called Great Britain. August 11th, 30 BC, Cleopatra was murdered by an asp, but she didn't want to die. In 36 AD, Bifurcus Antanani encounters Marty McFly and Doc Brown in ancient Rome as depicted in the Back to the Future TV series. In August 11th, 1919, the Green Bay Packers were formed by Curly Lambeau and George Whitney Calhoun. In 30th December 1952, Albert Gunter jumps over Tower Bridge with a double-decker bus. In 25th of April 1953, someone, Rosalind Franklin, discovers the DNA double helix. In 24th of April 1965, Terry Wogan marries Helen Joyce. In 1971, the first cream egg is sold in the EU, probably. In January the 3rd, 1975, Thomas Bongleterre is born. In June 1975...
I do love... Sorry, I have to interrupt. I love that Sean defaults to calling him Bongleterre, which is the French version of England.
Bingland, yeah. Tommy Bingland.
Translation of Bingland.
Yeah, Tommy Bingland.
I think Bongleterre had his name changed by default by John Jerkins.
Sorry.
In June 1975, Chris Akabusi probably took his O-levels. In 1979, the first monster truck did a big show. June 25th, 1989, 1982, The Thing is released, and 1 p.m. of April 1984, the setting of the
I love
novel.
the simultaneous specificity and vagueness of 1 p.m. April is joyous.
Also, I pointed out quite a boring way that probably doesn't necessarily mean 1 p.m.
It doesn't mean 1 p.m. It's supposed to be like, ooh, the clock's different to
Oh, the
our
clock's
clock.
gone past 12.
It is.
Yeah.
By 1 hour. What do we call that? October 26, 1984, The Terminator was released, which I think should just say Terminator. 1987, the first chocolate Yazoo was launched. In February 4th, 2004, Facebook launched, but also the 2003 Court of Appeals upheld the judgment of Judge John Jerkins' decisions with regard to Kennick Man. May the 15th, 2004, first episode of Strictly Come Dancing aired. June 29th, 2007, the first iPhone was released. April 8th, 2008, Lady Gaga releases debut single Just Dance. September
Terrible
10th,
typography.
It is, it's awful. September 10th, 2010, Big Brother stops airing on Channel 4. June 6th, 2011, Lady Gaga recognised by the Council of Fashion Designers of America. March 30th, 2012, The Shard becomes the tallest building in the UK. November 2013, Lady Gaga releases Art Pop. August 28th, 2014, Obama wears a tan suit while calling for increased military presence in Syria to fight the Islamic State of Iraq and Levant. March 26, 2015, Ed Miliband says, "How yes, I'm Tussinus."
English and US politics are very different, aren't they?
I think these are very, very
I
similar.
think that shows the parallels.
Yeah, I think it shows that that's
If
the
you
special
remember, Ed
relationship right there.
Miliband's main evidence for being tough enough is that he'd had a phone call with Obama.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah, and he had a phone call with Obama in which he contradicted him on something. That thing still happened, but he did say he didn't want it to.
I actually disagree with this, Barack.
I disagreed with Obama on one issue where I didn't get my way. I'm
And it was
Tussanos.
probably about basketball or something.
Mm-hmm. Do not bring basketball to the UK. June 2015, Huel is invented. January 31st, 2016, Terry Wogan passes away. October the 11th, 2022, the second reformation of Blink-182. October the 26th, 2022, the Congress of Tamaulipas approves of same-sex marriage. On October the 29th, 2022, I moved away from the United Kingdom to the Netherlands. That is the infinite timeline.
Well done, everyone.
Well done, everyone. Another cracking feature.
Oh, Josie's given us a pronunciation guide for Tamaulipas.
Where is it? Put it on screen again. Yeah.
Tamaulipas. Which Josie? Which syllable is emphasized?
It's typically the penultimate vowel sound in Spanish, unless
Tamaulipas.
Yes.
Tamaulipas. But anyway, that's the Congress that Sean disagreed with.
I actually think same-sex marriage is sick. Like, it's good.
He disagreed with it so much that he
Fully ill.
moved from one country that he wasn't in to another country that he wasn't in.
No, I made sure that when I was moving internationally, I maintained an equidistance to it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so that's actually showing respect. I'm just getting some feedback on tonight's stream. So far, it says goods bottom.
Goods
sputum.
Good
or goods bottom, but good, and a point, right? SBU.
Yeah.
Goods bottom. I
Go
do
on.
think the usability of this feature will go through the roof once Mighty Fighty gets over the joke of hiding the word bum somewhere in the later end of the string.
Do you not
Sure,
think
what
it's
would
a
you
bit
say
like,
is-
Did you ever use like egg language or pig Latin when you were in school? Do you not think it's a bit like that?
What do you
I think
mean?
we went to very different schools, but
Where it's like you're speaking in heavy quotes code, where it's like you take the first syllable of a word and then put the word egg in afterwards.
Could you talk to me in egg language,
So it would be-
please?
Like Yawn Megorley?
It's been so long, but I used to do
Begurd,
it.
Degot, Eggsy?
Yeah, see, Josie gets it.
yeah, Josie gets it. I think that's understood now.
I mean, bear in mind that my school that I went to with Prime Minister
Yeah, with
Jesse Fuckbum Seinfeld did have a language entirely of its own.
Of course
Right.
it
And-
did.
Yeah,
Pig Latin is you take the first syllable, put it at the end, and then add the sound a. I think.
Ornshay, Orly May.
Yes, exactly. So it would be udge,
Egg.
umbe,
Right.
umte.
If it makes you feel better, Sean, I don't get it either.
Buzz egg.
You didn't need to speak in code. You wanted to say everything you wanted to say with your chest.
I'd
behind
whisper.
it.
No, if I
I
wanted to
just
speak
didn't
without
talk.
people
Yeah, so
hearing,
I
I'd
think
whisper.
me and Sean are the same. We just didn't talk to anyone.
I think your codes are eminently breakable, whereas just making sure the sound doesn't reach your enemies is much more
just
secure.
staying completely silent. That's the
Egg.
true code.
No, just whisper. If you've got access to someone's eardrum, you can ensure
Sorry.
there's
So when
direct
you were at school,
communication.
Sean, you were going right up to someone's ear and just
whisper,
relaying a message
Yeah. What? Yeah, that's how I whisper
for all
now.
conversation.
No, secrets. I don't think that Josie or Bird are saying they exclusively spoke in egg language.
I
It's
think that
through
might have been what
specific
happened.
encoded messages. Right?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, so I just whisper. I understand what you were trying to achieve. For me, I'd achieve the same ends through whispering.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
I think
we
I don't
understand
know.
each other. It's less fun, but it's more effective. It doesn't have like a sort of a novelty gimmick to it. You don't get to learn a secret language, but
Yeah,
your
I guess
messages are
my-
secure.
There's the
My
playground
school,
sociology.
my school's secret language is so dense that it has its own Wikipedia page.
Oh
Jeez.
no!
It's unbelievably tragic.
Oh,
Is it Klingon?
no. The
It's got-
Winchester College notions are the specialised terms and sometimes customs that have been used by pupils known as men at
Not anymore.
Winchester College. Yeah? I'm glad that you've done your little bit to destroy the traditions of this old institution.
Men, brackets, citation needed.
Yeah.
Yeah, counter examples. Other forms of slang such as eka for exercise using the common speech ending er. Others again were once dialectal forms such as brum for penniless and Kentish dialect brumpt bankrupt. Wrench suggests lobster for to cry may come from the Hampshire dialect louster to make an unpleasant noise.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean a lot
God.
of these were very rare, but you would invariably refer to a bike as a bogle. You would call a toilet a foe or a foricas.
Do you think Rishi Sunak still refers to it as the Foricas?
No, I think he's been
in
through
certain annual
extensive rounds
parties.
of media
If
training.
if he were to have a meet up with other old Wickhamists, inevitably they would start talking in this gobshite language. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Nonsense.
I mean,
At Winchester, the div is the form to which pupils belong.
Yep.
And where, for instance, scientists are taught unexamined humanities by their div don, their form teacher.
Yep, dived on. Yep.
just think they should burn these places down.
Yeah. Whereas instead, they're actually
I
probably
tried
the
my
most...
best. I did smoke a lot in the toilet.
They're pretty made of stone, aren't they? They've got gargoyles in it or something.
Yeah. They would need proper
only private
artillery.
schools, Harry. Only private schools.
They need a custom earthquake.
Sorry, A Frosty. I smoked a lot in the foricas.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for clarifying.
Great. Then I think with the introduction of an awful artificial dialect from a private education institution, another
That has
round
only
of Sean
had
Morley's.
one good pupil.
Mm-hmm. And one
Timbrook Taylor.
pure evil.
Timbrook Taylor.
Oh yeah. And yeah.
Goods bum tum to everyone. Thank you for playing this round of Sean Morley's Infinite Timeline. At the end, I think the scores... I don't remember the scores. Did we win that last one?
It's 3-2. The chat won, right?
No, it's not, because Pete got that last one right, and I didn't update the
Oh,
scores.
I did get the green back. Everyone was so bored. Everyone was so bored by some actual sort of historical knowledge. But it wasn't actually knowledge. I just worked it out. But that we didn't record the score, and everyone just got annoyed and started saying bum.
People have been saying bum consistently, so I've tried not to take it as any form of feedback. I think it's just they're making their own fun. Or so I hope. Bum. Oh no, I'm wide.
Grace is right. The true competition is friendship.
You're right.
Yeah.
And ours is terse now.
Can we have some TYs in the chat for tonight's couch, including bird.exe, a good Pete, Josie Hypatia, and very briefly, King of Time, sharing some Back to the Future knowledge.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us. You have a lovely home. This is a lovely couch.
Yeah, sorry about all of the tiny spherical poos I've left down the back of this sofa.
Sorry for all the bullets that I've left everywhere.
It was rude of me to bring my own chair and paddy.
Yeah, I mean, you have been sort of... your body language has been threatening to hit
it has
the
been
couch.
excellent. And I didn't wear a shirt, did I? Which, despite the but then
None of us
everyone else.
None of us are in shirts.
How much did the Terry Wogan cameo cost you?
It cost an awful lot. That's why
Came
the
with
couch is
a package
made
with
of
that
dust.
fiver from before.
Thank you for sharing the Discord link if anyone wants to hop on there, which will give you access to future couch access and to give me very stern telling off for the changes to tonight's format. There is the Discord link. Thank you again to our couch. Thank you everyone at home for playing. I think I'm going to see who's about for a raid.
Was King of Time a cameo as well?
King of Time is also a cameo. Yeah.
He's the voice of the London Eye. I imagine he charges top rates now.
My God, he might charge more than Wogan.
shared some incredibly important intel. I didn't lead us to the correct
No,
answer in the
it
end.
didn't help, but it was good. It's good to have a bit of insight.
It was true information. The fact
He
that it was
said
unhelpful.
you can from the if you watch from the Back to the Future TV series, you can see the Eiffel Tower.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
But you have to travel back 180 million years, traverse Pangaea, and then go up to France.
We could always see what Wimp Dog's up to. I think that was a nice calm end to not as frenetic as it otherwise could have been, but certainly dense.
No, I think this has been nice.
Yeah, it has been nice. Thank you to our cast. Thank you for coming and being part of the other team. Thank you to those who played at home. I will be soliciting some feedback on how to tighten this thing up, but I think it's moving in an interesting direction. And I'll see you all on Friday. If not sooner, because I've got a little bit of daytime, free time coming up. And I might try and complete Outer Wilds, as I just can't seem to do that. Goodbye, good night, be well, see you.
I'm streaming
Bye.
Bye.
Check out A Good Pete online. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone.